Good morning, everybody. I feel like a kid on Christmas Day because what do you have in your hand, Keith? We got officially approved last night for Zeus. So we are going to get him right now. I'm very excited. It's a very exciting day. And then we're potentially going to the CrossFit gym that Keith is a trainer at, or box. They're in a competition today, so we're potentially going there, like bringing Zeus with us and starting to like socialize him and whatnot afterwards. So that's why we're both wearing the Dogwood CrossFit shirts, because we might be going straight there. Yes, very exciting day. Here he is. Say hi. I hope he is so interested in what's going on. We are at the U.S. National Whitewater Center. It's a little bit outside of Charlotte. Every Thursdays and Saturdays in the summer they do what's called River Jam. They've got bands come and perform by the rafting river. So we figured that this would be a good, well, one of our friends invited us, asked if we wanted to come. Thought we figured it would be a good little outing for Zeus baby. He's been doing so good. I'm so happy.
I love how she likes to like punch other dogs. She just walks up, gives them the paw, and then backs off. Off the damn rope. There you go.
What's up, guys? So I didn't vlog very much the rest of the weekend because I was just so focused on Zeus and just what we were doing and getting to know him and working with him on training a little bit, making sure that he gets settled in really nice. So the vlogging kind of went on the back burner, which is perfectly okay. Oh, I love him so much, and he's settling in much better than I expected. It's almost like he just knew immediately that this was home and that we're his parents, and yeah. Okay, but about the trip real quick. I got assigned this Sunday night. I was given rep A for Monday. I was only good for 3 days. So yesterday we did Charlotte to Boston, then Boston to Phoenix. We got in at like 10:30 something. And I am the B position. We're on the Airbus 321 the whole time. We have 27 hours here in Phoenix. This morning I just woke up, went downstairs, did the buffet, and tonight we work the red eye back to Charlotte, and we land into Charlotte about 6, just after 6 I want to say. So then I'll have all the rest of tomorrow to just be with Zeus. But I also have to pack because my mom and I are going to Rome this weekend, Thursday through Sunday. Not very long, but it'll be worth it and so much fun. Oh, also, I had to do this like doctor on demand thing where you basically like FaceTime a doctor. Had to go get some antibiotics because I've been battling a sinus infection for 2 weeks and I've just been too stubborn to do anything about it and to admit that it's a sinus infection. And plus overall I started feeling better, but it hurts to fly. Like I'm so congested and there's so much pressure that it really, really hurts to fly. So yeah, I had to get some antibiotics. I'm gonna mosey around here, probably work out, maybe lay by the pool a little bit. I don't know, it's ridiculously hot. We'll see. Try, hopefully, please God, let me get some sleep before this red eye. And then that is it. Not much going on. I'm really just trying to let my body and the antibiotics fight off this sinus infection because I'm not trying to be sick in Rome. Yeah, no. I'm home now. I slept this morning, took Zeus for a nice long walk, but I just wanted to address a couple things. The first one being, I have received a couple of comments about how the way that I respond to people seems really short and rude or condescending or like mechanical or what have you. And I promise I'm not trying to be, when I'm thinking it out in my head, like, and typing it, that's not how I'm trying to come across. So I apologize if it's coming across that way. See, if it's a short answer, it's because I literally just don't know what else to say. When I ask a question, I just want the answer. I don't want all these frills or extra stuff with it. Just give me the answer, please and thank you, and I'll be on my way. So when I'm answering questions, especially if it's a yes or no question, it's gonna be yes or no. Like, I might go into like some explanation if there is need for one, but other than that, like, if it's a short answer, it's because I just genuinely don't know what else to say. If it seems rude, or if I'm like sending you to Google or somewhere else to get an answer, it's because I genuinely think that you're gonna get a better answer and a more helpful answer from there than you are from me. Just because I'm a flight attendant doesn't mean I'm an expert in every airline in the entire world or even the United States. I'm not even a complete expert in my own airline, because airlines are very large, complicated businesses with many departments and are very difficult to understand. Even if you work for one. If I refer you somewhere else, it's because I genuinely think that you're gonna get a better answer. So I'm trying to help you more instead of just being like, oh, I don't know. And that's it. The second thing that I want to address is, a couple of weeks ago, Lindsay Trolley Dolly, in one of her videos, talked about how she only had a few dollars left until her next paycheck, and she received a lot of hate for it. A lot of really unnecessary hate, and people who didn't believe her and thought that she was just saying all that to get attention. And people saying like, oh, so you want us to like send you money or something? It's like, no, she never once asked for anybody to send her money, never once mentioned anything about a GoFundMe account. She was just stating a very real situation that flight attendants find themselves in, because we don't make any money. That's just the reality of the situation. I feel like there is this misconception that flight attendants make decent money or even like comfortable money, and we don't. Not until you've been flying for 20 or 30 years. And that is the 100% truth. And it's not as simple as, well, if you fly more, you'll make more, because that depends a lot on the airline. For me personally, I am guaranteed 75 hours a month as a reserve. I don't notice a big difference between if I'm flying only 30 hours or if I'm flying 75, because I'm guaranteed that 75 hours anyway. So we do get a per diem, but it's very minimal. So I don't really notice that much of a difference. And the per diem isn't cash in hand like some airlines. It's not a travel allowance. It is after the fact. So for example, in all of my flying for the month of July, I won't see the per diem for that until my August 15th paycheck. Picking up ETB, I've tried picking up at least one ETB trip every month this year. We are in the 8th month and I have successfully picked up 2 trips. That is how difficult it is for us to pick up trips, because you have to be legal for them. You can't go above so many hours in a week. You have to have so many hours between trips of rest. Your duty days can only be so long. There are all these different legalities that make it very difficult for a reserve to pick up trips on their off days. So it's not as simple as fly more, make more money. Another thing that I hear a lot is like, does it depend on what trips you work? Yes, it does. You will make a little bit more money if you work international trips. You'll work a little bit more money if you are the lead flight attendant. You'll work a little bit more money if you are working in the galley on a transatlantic flight. However, when you're junior, you don't get much say in the trips that you're getting and the position that you're flying, because most of the time the people that you're flying with are going to be senior to you. So it's just the way it is, especially if you're with a big airline. If you're with a smaller airline, it's probably going to be a little bit different, but with big airlines, it's just the way it is. I'm pretty much, most of the time I'm stuck in whatever position nobody else wants. I'm getting trips that nobody else wants. I can go aggressive for transatlantic, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get it. That is the reality of the situation. It's not as simple as fly more, make more money. It's not as simple as, well, if you fly these trips instead of these ones, no, no. Not that easy. To bust this whole myth of flight attendants make decent money, because I would feel so bad, because I know this misconception is out there, and because I know that there hasn't until Lindsay posted that video and received a lot of hate for it, I know that there hasn't been a lot of transparency in terms of how much flight attendants actually make. I even had somebody tell me that they didn't believe the answer that Google gave them when they typed it in the search bar because it was so low. I will tell you right now, it's pretty accurate. If you work for a regional airline, your starting salary for the first year is probably going to be around 18 or 20,000, give or take. Mainline, I know my first year I was sitting around like the 25, 26,000 mark. I am going into my 4th year of flying and I still have yet to see 30,000 a year. So that is 100% transparency right there, and that's including YouTube. I have had to put student loans in deferment. I have had to apply for income-driven repayment, and the government thought that last year the government saw how much I made and they were like, nah, don't worry about making monthly payments. Nope, your minimum payment this year is gonna be $0 a month, because that's how little money I was making. I mean, I still made payments when I could, but thankfully, like all of my other bills, like rent, water, and all of that, I've been able to cover. But really, like, after I pay my bills and put gas in my tank and get myself some good groceries, it's very common to only have $10 left in your bank account and not be able to do anything. That is the reality of the situation. Flight attendants, your first 5 years is gonna be pretty rough financially. I've been sitting over here feeling so bad because I know that some people that watch us YouTubers, and I get all the time like, oh, you inspired me so much, like I want to be a flight attendant, blah blah blah. I just want you guys so badly. I want you to know what you're getting into financially with this job. You don't become a flight attendant to try to get rich. That's not gonna happen until you're later, or until you have more seniority, like a lot more seniority. And even then, like, you're not gonna be like rich. You're just gonna be comfortable, basically. I would feel so bad if somebody became a flight attendant and then it wasn't what you were expecting, basically. You become a flight attendant to travel and to interact with people and to see the world or see different parts of the United States, or, you know, like, that's why you become a flight attendant. You don't do it for the money. Because if you're doing it for the money, honey, you're gonna be doing it for a long time. Before you see some money. So if you are a young single flight attendant that like you're not sitting on a lot of money and savings, or you don't have a spouse to help you out with things, you're gonna have to learn how to budget. You're gonna have to learn how to live on very little. You're gonna have to learn how to sacrifice a lot of things. I've had to say no to so many things just because I couldn't afford it. I'm going to do like a sit down video where I get into more detail about it and offer some tips and tricks on like how to budget and basically just like how to survive your first couple months in your first year, especially on such a low salary. So keep a lookout for that. It's gonna be part of a whole series about, you know, how to apply and interview and then go through training and whatnot. And that's going to be coming up soon. Again, like, I'll get into much more detail about it then, and still full transparency again. I know it's really taboo, so if talking about my salary has made you uncomfortable, I apologize. I just genuinely think that y'all deserve to know the reality of this lifestyle, that it's hard sometimes. That's being straight up. But I've been able to see a lot of things that I would not have been able to see if I wouldn't have become a flight attendant. And I've been able to visit friends that I probably wouldn't have been able to visit. So it comes with a lot of pros, but one of the cons is that you don't make a lot of money. So if you don't have anybody else, like if you're doing this completely on your own, it's gonna be pretty hard. You're gonna be making less than teachers. I don't know how well teachers get paid in other countries, and I know even in the States it varies between states, but you don't know, like, it's pretty well known that teachers don't make a lot of money. So yeah, flight attendants make even less. I've been talking for way too long now, so I'm gonna get going. I just wanted to address that really quick because it's probably gonna be a few weeks to a month-ish before I'm able to sit down and like do that video, because it is, like I said, it's gonna be a series, and I wanted to get that out as soon as possible. So Lindsay did not deserve all of those hate comments, because that is a very real situation that I have found myself in so many times. Yes, there is that. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that this was informative for you. You know the drill. Hey, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and that thumbs up. Questions, leave questions and comments down below. I do have a bunch of frequently asked questions in the description box, as well as links to my other videos and all of my social media accounts. That is it. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for all of your support and watching me and engaging with me. I do enjoy it so much. Y'all make my day. Until next time. Work hard, be kind, spread good vibes. Spread good, all the good vibes. Spread all the good vibes. Be very kind. Okay, I love you all, goodbye.